Hey guys, it's me Amir. Apologize that I haven't uploaded for a very long time, but hopefully this new video will kind of enlighten you guys with the RX 6000 series and the RTX 3000 series. So let's take a look at the AMD's side, cause I able to actually go through the launches for both Ampere and the Big Navi but of course now Big Navi was like few weeks ago, so maybe I can give you guys some insights about AMD side lah. So AMD actually releases one of their GPU, which is the RX 6800. We have 60 compute units, 1800 MHz game clock, 2100 MHz boost clock, 128 megabyte infinity cache, and 16 gigs of GDDR6 memory with a total of 250 watts. People say that this thing is actually a competitor to RTX 3070, but in my opinion, I don't think this is actually a competitor for the 3070 lah. So why they have a RX 6800 is improved version of a 2080 Ti, but 6800 is actually more like a lower tier of a 3080, if you ask me. Yeah, so it's supposed to do slightly better than the 3070, but not as good as 3080. So that is what I feel that what AMD is trying to do with the 6800. According to what I gather for the RX 6800, right, the new things that coming up from the RX 6000 series, right, is the infinity cache. Okay, this infinity cache, right, is because they kind of need to fight back with the RTX 3000 series with their GDDR6X. The X is quite important lah. So what the AMD able to gather is that they able to double the bandwidth from the GDDR6 VRAM. So because GDDR6 VRAM, right, is much more slower than GDDR6X. So with this infinity cache, right, they are able to actually catch up with RTX 30 series, especially the 3090 lah, which they use the GDDR6X. Also, this infinity cache is something like a L3 cache from CPU. You know, like CPU have those like L2, L3 cache, but for AMD, they try to make this as part of the GPU lah. So as I said, lower band they're able to increase the bandwidth with low power because of this. So let's talk about the other one, which is their performance. So you can see that AMD actually tried to compete with Nvidia's old flagship GPU which is the RTX 2080 Ti So you can see that most of it, the RX 6800 actually won against 2080 Ti. But like I said again, last time, like before this year, right, there is actually RX 5700 XT that is supposed to be competing with the 2070 Super. So right now there's only 6800. So this 6800, right, is actually just a competitor to 3080. So it's not supposed to be competitor to 3070. So hopefully you guys don't like lose out on Nvidia side, because it's kind of a bit unfair if you ask me. And also 3070's, if you guys do not know, 3070 performance is actually equivalent to 2080 Ti's performance. So basically whatever you guys see here actually is technically is 3070, but 3070 has slightly better frames for what they call it, ray tracing. But other than that, it's somewhat negligible lah. So yeah. Also take note that the graph, right, for the 4K, right, everything is using smart access memory lah. So this smart access memory, right, is only compatible to the Ryzen 5000 series desktop processors. So this Ryzen 5000 series processors, right, which will come out like later, like it's going to be soon actually, will fully access the GPU memory. So any RX 6000 series graphics card, they will make full use of the 16 gigs of VRAM to render all your games. Smart access memory is actually a AMD feature lah. It's a new feature, but I'm not really sure how it works actually. Only heard from all the rumors and stuff, but so far nothing much that I know of. But other than using the full 16 gig of VRAM from the 3 GPUs that have been released, which is the 6800, 6800 XT, and 6900 XT. So that's all I know. Okay, few things you guys should take note, right? AMD actually tried to improve their software side. When remember that time when 5700 XT came out, a lot of people been complaining, hey, the software is shit. A lot of problems have been occur. Some people get black screen, unable to use their 5700 XT and stuff. So now AMD is trying their best to improve it. Also, rumors said that they try to avoid having the same problems from before, because it was actually a big launch of when they released the 5700 XT, and according to them, it was the best GPU of the year, but it's questionable from PC race or something. Yeah. So now they actually introduced two new things, which is rage mode and smart access memory lah. So I just now talk about smart access memory, so I will talk about rage mode. Rage mode is like a one button overclocking. So if you're lazy to overclock, right, you can just press that. So of course cooling is also needed. So what you guys need to do, right, is just make sure you guys have a good airflow on your case. Make sure your GPU and your CPU are able to be cooled down by your case fans and stuff, and your overclocking should be smooth. And as long you guys turn on the rage mode, right, they will have this threshold. So anything more than the threshold, right, they will turn down the frequency to make sure that they do not overheat. But other than that, right, they will try their best to overclock it so that you guys have the most frame rates as much as possible. Of course, this is auto, not manual. So if you guys really want to have the best overclocking experience, right, I mean, not best overclocking experience, like best performance, etc, right, you have to do it by yourself. So let's compare with all the 3 GPUs that is being shown in the AMD's presentation. So all of them has the exactly same Infinity Cache and the GDDR6 memory. The difference are the compute unit, the game clock, the boost clock, and the total board power. So RX 6800, right, has the lowest total board power, which is 250 watts. But their game clock is slightly lesser than both 6800 XT and the 6900 XT. Both 6800 XT and the 6900 XT have the same game clock and boost clock, but just the only difference between both of them is the compute units. Let me talk about the 6800 XT and the 6900 XT. The only difference they have, right, is 8 compute units. The 6800 XT, right, is a competitor to the RTX 3080, and the 6900 XT is a competitor to the RTX 3090. Everyone thought that the 6900 XT, right, is a competitor to the 3080. Based on all the rumors, people felt that AMD would not be able to catch up with NVIDIA's big flagship, the BF GPU, the 3090. But then, right, AMD actually kind of shocked everyone when they did the presentation. So 6900 XT is here with more compute units, right, actually supposed to take up more power, like, because more compute units, you need to process a lot. But AMD did say that they received like about 60+% of power, performance per watt efficiency on the RX 6900 XT, which actually is amazing because they consume the same power. And somehow a lot of like those big YouTubers have been complaining about the RTX 3090, like something like such as Linus Tech Tips. Like they tried to do a 3090 SLI, even 1600 watts PSU, right, also cannot take it. So kind of like a need to be careful with the power supply But no matter what, you guys are not crazy enough, like want to buy a dual 3090 or something like that. Like, it's kind of pricey, but if you guys got the money, you guys can go ahead, right? I won't blame you guys. So of course, the next thing I need to talk about is also the price So in Singapore, right, you guys need to be careful because the price is not the same as US. You guys need to like gauge like all the tax, all the delivery, all the stuff So usually I give about like times 1.5 as a safe buffer. So overall, what's my take about the whole AMD release? AMD actually really blew NVIDIA really hard this time with their presentation. NVIDIA, the BF GPU released as a USD 1.5 I mean, it's 2,300 in sync. If you guys do not know, you guys can just I will show you guys the pricing in NVIDIA website, and some more the availability is a bit sketch, yeah. And some more with the pole cap, they have some problem with their capacitors. So apparently NVIDIA really don't want to leak so much stuff, and they never give their board partners, right, something to work on lah, with the 3080 and the 3090 lah. So some of the capacitors actually like got melted and stuff because they didn't know. I mean, they didn't have enough time to do some of the prep and stuff. So when you like overclock it or something, the 3080 and the 3090 capacitors will eventually melt lah. So that's not I mean now it's COVID lah, so we kind of understand that now we got some mishap and stuff from, but of course consumers do like to have reliability. Like, you bought it and then you spoil, like, you know, and somewhat the availability. Like during the launch it was really bad, but hopefully AMD can step aside. I mean, rumors did say that AMD is trying not to follow the NVIDIA side. They're trying their best. Like for example, the NewEgg, Amazon try not to get all the aborters, all the scalpers. You know, like people even selling ridiculous prices for 3070 and 3080 right now. So hopefully the launch for AMD should be fine. Will you guys get one? I mean, if you guys try hard, I mean, let's be honest, right now you want to get a Ryzen 5 3600, it's also very hard. I mean, you guys can go Ceiling Square. I mean, all my Singaporeans viewers, you can just go Ceiling Square. Hey, bang, I want Ryzen 5 3600. You need to buy one whole system. I mean, yeah, everybody will always want to get the bang for the buck, but who knows? Maybe you're lucky you can get it. I don't know, but hopefully you guys can get one of these GPU lah. Personally, I would take a RX 6800 XT for myself. I mean, it's about time for me to upgrade lah, and also kind of like wanna try to do this YouTube thing for fun lah, and also like computer building. So please stay tuned if you guys want to see me buying the 6800 XT. But other than that, I hope you guys like the video. To be honest, this is my first time commenting about any like CPU stuff online, but I might have some wrong, like some things that I said wrong. But if you guys feel that I do said something wrong, like based on my own analysis, you guys can drop a comment down below, and I will learn something new. Like, you know, every day you can learn something new. You guys can like just inform me. But other than that, hope you guys like the video. Please give a thumbs up and press subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys around.